Welcome to Mickey Doc, written and read by Fintan Harvey.
Mickey Doc, Chapter 7. Why in the name of sweet Jesus have you brought a stranger into our house, Mickey? My ma's been a drama queen as per fucking usual. Things are getting tense. She's not a stranger. I think she might be my girlfriend. You were only away 2 bloody days. You didn't even know anything about her. I know plenty about her. What's her surname then? She doesn't really use her surname. She just goes by her first name. She doesn't use her surname. Do you think I come up the foul in a bubble? She doesn't use it. Jesus, big deal. She's like Rihanna in that way. Eh? Her surname's Rihanna? No, her surname isn't Rihanna. I'm just saying that she doesn't use her surname like the way Rihanna doesn't. Who the fuck is Rihanna then? I swear to God, sometimes I wish I was adopted. I'm only in the door 5 minutes and my ma's dragged me into the kitchen to question me about Mandy. Not even a well done X Factor editions. Mandy stayed with me at the hotel in Manchester last night. We had sex. Twice. Just saying. Then she decided she was coming home with me today. My ma's just been a dick. Mandy's in the living room with my dad, who hasn't been able to stop looking at her tits, a dirty fucker. I have a feeling that's why my ma's gone OTT in the whole thing. She's just jealous there's a better rack in the house than hers. Jesus, Mickey. Right. I'll make up the spare room then. You could have gave us a bit of warning and not just arrive at the front door with her. I didn't think it would be any bother, and Mandy is staying in my room, by the way, just so you know. Oh, no, she isn't, young fella. There'll be none of that crack under my roof, I can tell you. It's a spare room or she finds somewhere else to stay. End of. She's definitely jealous. I don't bother to argue. There's no point when she's like that. I need to get back to the living room anyway to save Mandy from my dad. I get in there and she's flirting her arse off with him. She's showing him how she can wrap her leg around the back of her head and he's just sitting there with his mouth wide open. I hope my dad isn't wrecking your head. No, your dad's cool, man. She gives me dad a playful wink and that silly fucker winks back. Unfortunately for him, he doesn't know my ma's standing at the door watching him. John, could I have a word with you in the kitchen, please? My dad nearly jumps out of his skin when he hears her. I give him the middle finger as he walks out. He's like a school kid going to the headmaster's office. Sorry about my ma and dad. They're a pair of saps. That reminds me, I gotta text my ma and tell her where I am. I don't even know why I bother. It's like they never give a fuck anyway. My ma and dad come back into the living room. They've obviously decided they're going to be nice. My ma has a big fake smile plastered across her face. So, tell us about the X Factor. Mandy doesn't even look at them. She just keeps texting on her phone. It was amazing. There was thousands of people there, all trying to get on the show, but loads didn't. Me and Mandy have to go back next week to sing in front of the actual X Factor judges. My ma tries to include Mandy in the conversation, but I can tell it's killing her to be nice to her. And you get through too, Mandy. That's great. She doesn't take her eyes off her phone. Yeah, it's alright. And what do your parents, Mickey, you going through? They really don't care. I hardly know my dad. He ran off when I was 2. My mum remarried a fucking stiff called Richard and they're too caught up in each other to really give a fuck. And do you live with them? Yeah, well, I did, kind of. And do they know you're here? Just texting them now. My ma looks at my dad and rolls her eyes. Then she turns to me. So when do you have to go back over? Back over on Thursday night because we have to be there early Friday morning. And what about your work? How are you going to get time off? I'm going to quit tomorrow. You're what? I'm going to quit tomorrow. My ma blesses herself in that way the mas do when they get bad news. Are you serious? Are you fucking serious? What happens if you don't get through? Don't be thinking you'll be living here sponging off your ma and dad. My dad decides to pipe up too, obviously acting the big man. You know the jobs are few and far between in this town, Mickey. You can't be just quitting because you're on the X Factor. You need something to fall back on. You two have no belief in me at all. I'm starting to shout now. I don't need you two stiffs holding me back any longer. I have dreams, you know. Then my dad tries to be the voice of reason. Listen, son, I had dreams when I was your age, and I ended up back here, and it was tough trying to get work. I don't want to see you doing the same. I've made up my mind. I'm calling on to work tomorrow, and that's the end of it. I swear to God, you have me and your father's heart broke. My ma's always a last word freak. Suddenly, Mandy peels herself away from her phone and stands up. Right, no offence, but I'm getting bored now. Mickey, you said we would see the city, yeah? She has a look about her like she doesn't give one flying fuck, which I'm pretty sure she doesn't. Aye, I need to get away from these two anyway. This was supposed to be a celebration. Dad, could you drop us into town? I'll drop you in, but I'm not happy about your decision, Mickey. It's your life to fuck up though. My ma gets up and storms out. Your life to fuck up? Amazing parenting skills, John Doherty. Amazing. Told you she was a last word freak. I hadn't noticed before, but that mutt of a dog is sitting in between the two chairs staring at me with an evil look. As I'm leaving the room, I give it the middle finger and then make a throat-cutting sign with my finger. Mandy asks, why you doing that to the dog? 'Cause it's a prick. She shrugs her shoulders and says, yeah, it looks like a prick. My dad drops us into town and he starts to give us the credit we deserve about our X Factor achievements, which is nice to hear. He says that my ma will be grand in the morning. She just doesn't like unexpected guests, blah, blah, blah. It's 10 o'clock on a Thursday night and I reckon the Metro is the place to take Mandy. It's one of the more classy places in town. Problem is, I'm pretty skint, so let's hope she likes to pay her way. Come to think of it, she has hardly dipped her hand in her pocket since I met her. I've been paying for everything and I'm close to broke. We get to the front door and the bouncer is on that doesn't like me. I try to take Mandy's hand just to show off that she's mine, but she pushes my hand away and tells me to fuck off with that holding hand shite. The dick of a bouncer seen this and he has a big fucking smirk on his face when we get to the door. Here he is, Derry's answer to Elton John. I haven't seen you around in a while. I heard you were on the X Factor. He is the typical bouncer. Shaved head, big muscles, and he seems to be always chewing gum and scratching his balls. Murray told me that the fellow was riddled with so many diseases that he had to chew gum to stop himself from swallowing his tongue. I don't know if there's any scientific proof behind that, but then again, it was Murray that told me, so it could be just made up. I'm still afraid to stand near him though, not because I'm scared of him, I just don't want to catch anything he has. Stevie calls him the crustacean. I don't know what it means, but the lads think it's hilarious. He can't take his eyes off Mandy. He keeps looking her up and down while chewing his gum in that cocky way that bouncers do. He doesn't even try to hide it. There's no way you're here with him tonight, love. Fuck, this could go either way. What? I said that. She interrupts. She's good at that. I heard what you said. I was just wondering what happened to somebody like you. My money is you were dropped on your head as a kid, put in a special class at school, and then touched by your uncle who was supposed to be babysitting you when your mum was out walking the streets. The other bouncers and the people at the door burst out laughing. Crabboy is fucking fuming and looks a bit uncomfortable. You've got some tongue on you, girl. I can do things with my tongue that would make your eyes water, but I'd rather dip in sulfuric acid than put it anywhere near you, you ugly, steroid-laced retard. I've seen better looking things at the zoo attached to the back end of a gorilla. Actually, that's what your face reminds me of. A gorilla's arse. The other bouncers are egging her on now. They obviously don't want to get caught on the wrong side of her. Wouldn't blame them. Crabboy is fuming. He tells us to move along because we're holding up the place. His face is bright red. We put on our coats in the cloakroom and Mandy asks me where the toilet is. She tells me to get the drinks in while she goes to the toilet. She wants a double vodka and Red Bull. Fuck. I wait till she's gone before I start counting out what money I have left. I should have enough to do me if we drink slowly. I'm at the bar waiting to get served when I hear some familiar voices behind me and I know right away it's the lads. Murray is saying how he once kung fu kicked a bank robber in Shipway Street, but just walked on and let the police do the rest. He says it was the sweetest kung fu kick he has landed since he knocked out the boxer John Duddy in Abracababra. I burst out laughing, and as I turn around, the lads are standing right behind me. We all just stare at each other for what feels like ages. Then Stevie gives me a hug, then Murray does the same, then Decky steps forward but hesitates. I look him in the eyes before giving him a big bear hug. Everybody cheers and I feel like a huge weight has been lifted from my shoulders in that instant. Not in a gay way though. Then Decky says, "We only come out tonight to celebrate you getting through. I rang your house yesterday and your ma told me the news. We didn't think you'd be out, to be honest. I'll get the round on." Everybody wants to hear about the X Factor, and I feel like a new man standing having a banter with the lads. Then I remember about Mandy. "Hey, Decky, I met a girl at the X Factor. Her name's Mandy, and she's here with me tonight. She's at the bog." "Nice one, man. What's she drinking?" I bet he knows I'm broke as fuck. He's always been good like that. It's his third sense again. "Vodka and Red Bull. Double." "I like her already. Is she from Derry? Do we know her?" "No, she's from Manchester. She's a fucking cracker too." "No bother to you, man." He gives me a high five, then Murray and Stevie do the same. Next thing I hear is commotion going on behind us, and I can hear girls screaming and glasses smashing. Before I even look around, I know in my heart that Mandy has something to do with it. She's dragging a girl by the hair while other people are trying to pull her off. They're not having much luck. I run over to try and get her away, but the bouncers are on the scene now. The crab bouncer hits me with his shoulder as I get near and sends me flying through a table full of drinks. Girls are screaming like mad and shouting, "The bitch tried to steal her purse in the toilets." "Your wall's starting to get the hole in her hair. The psycho bitch. She tried to steal her purse." "Get her off, get her off, get her off." I'm then lifted off the ground by Stevie and Murdy and I'm covered in drink. I think there's some glass in my hand and it's bleeding. I need to get her out of here quickly. She's been dragged towards the front door by the bouncers and the lads are helping me to get to the door to meet her. Mandy is like a woman possessed and I can still see she has clumps of hair in her hands. I get out the front to her and I don't know how she's going to react. She could hit me too. The bouncers are telling me to get her the fuck home before they call the police. Mandy's having none of it. "Fuck off, you filth, you fucking pricks. I was jumped on." The bouncers just keep repeating, "Get her away from here. Get her away here now." Suddenly Mandy sees me and comes running. I close my eyes because I don't know what to expect. She grabs onto me and hugs me really tight. She's shaking like a leaf and whispers in my ear, "Get me out of here, Mickey." I then take her away from the club to try to get a taxi. I look around and I see the bouncers are keeping the girls she was fighting with from getting out. Murray and Stevie are trying to calm things down and giving us time to get away. Just as we're about to go on to Shipway Street, a car comes flying up beside us and slams on the brakes. The driver window rolls down and it's Decky telling us to get in. We both jump in the back and it's a great relief to be safe. "I take it you're both going to your house, Mickey?" Mandy has cuddled into me. I've never seen her so affectionate. "Aye, just to my house. Don't be saying anything to me ma what happened if you see her, will you, Decky?" "No bother. I'm Decky, by the way." I didn't do what they were accusing me of doing. I don't need to be stealing purses and I wouldn't do it even if I had to. I rub her head and she cuddles into me even tighter. Before, if I had rubbed her head, she would have told me I'm an asshole and to get my hands off her head. She seems to be liking it now. I asked Decky, "Who owns the car, man?" "Belongs to a friend of mine who was on the metro. I asked him for the keys when I saw what was going on." Always one step ahead is Decky. We pull up outside my house. Mandy's top is ripped and she looks a bit shaken up, so I tell him I'm going to nip inside, see if my ma and dad are still up. I don't want them seeing us cause they'll only be dickheads and ask too many questions. Anyway, I don't think my ma likes her as it is. I leave Mandy in the car with Decky for a moment while I quickly go into the house. My dad's walking up the stairs in just his boxers and a football top. I think I give him a fright. He's talking quietly, so my ma must be already asleep. "Jesus, you nearly gave me a heart attack. What are you doing home so early?" "We just left early. There wasn't much going on." "Where's your woman, Mandy?" He fixes his boxers and looks over my shoulder when he says this. "She's in the car with Decky. He dropped us home. She's asleep, so I thought I'd make sure the spare room is ready for her before I wake her. Must be the jet lag has her wrecked." "You can't get jet lag on a 20-minute flight, Mickey." "Really? Well, she must be just tired then." "Your ma has the spare room all made up for her. Anyway, I'm away on up here." "Thanks, Dad." I head back out to the car where Decky and Mandy are chatting away. She's leaning in between the two front seats, listening to him tell the story of how I once got my head stuck inside the grab machine at the bowling alley. I had tried 9 times to win a teddy bear for a girl I fancied that was there. I think we were only about 14 at the time. I had the claw thing positioned perfectly over the bear each time, but the fucking thing just wouldn't grab it. Murray told me that he climbs inside those things all the time and takes whatever he wants. I figured if I could get my arm in and my head in the collection slot at the bottom, then I could reach across and grab the bear. I managed to get my arm and head in, but then it became jammed. The lads were pulling my feet, tried to get me out, but I just wasn't budging. After a while, all the staff who worked there had a go of trying to free me, but they eventually called the fire brigade who had to cut me out. I'm glad they're getting on well. Mandy laughs and calls me a fucking idiot. Thanks for taking us home tonight, man. I'll give you a shout tomorrow. Cool, Mickey. Chat to you then. Nice to meet you, Mandy. You too. I help her into the house as she seems a bit sore, but she won't admit it. I whisper to her, "We have to keep quiet. My ma's asleep and I don't want to have to listen to her tonight." She whispers back, "Okay. Do you want some tea and toast before bed?" "Yes, please." As soon as I turn on the kitchen light, the fucking dog is standing at the door staring at me and showing his teeth. It frightens absolute shite out of me. I'm not in the mood to be fighting with this prick tonight, so I tell it to get out of the way and nobody will get hurt. He must know that I mean business because he walks back towards his bed in the corner. I like looking tough in front of Mandy. "Do you believe me that what happened tonight wasn't my fault, Mickey?" "Of course I do. Derry girls can be total bitches when they see they have some genuine competition around here. Sure, look at the way my ma reacted." "I don't want to stay here anymore. Why don't you come back to England with me tomorrow? We could stay at my friend's house, then do the audition on Friday." She's looking at me with big sad eyes and it melts my heart. "Aye, I'll go with you. I just need to call in the value saver tomorrow and tell them where to shove their job. I can't wait to see the face of my dick-faced manager, Barry, when I tell him. I also need to go to the credit union and take out whatever money I've left. I'll pay for her flights back, Mickey. It's the least I can do." She must have read my mind. Unbelievable that somebody could accuse me of stealing the purse. I bet I have more money than all of them put together. I began to feel like me and Mandy could actually go somewhere together. Not just to Manchester, or do really well in the X Factor. I mean, we could be a great couple, and I think she's really starting to warm to me. She's been really nice. We have her tea and toast, then we tiptoe to the spare room. We have a nice long kiss at the door. She then pulls me in, hugs me, and says something that hits me like a bus. "Yeah, mate, Decky, he tried to come on to me when you were in the house earlier." "What?" I actually shouted, then catch myself on. "What? Decky's gay, Mandy. He came out before I headed to Manchester." "Are you calling me a liar?" "No, of course I'm not. It must have just been a misunderstanding." "He had his hand on my leg. He's just a friendly guy." "Look, you believe what you want to believe. I'm just saying, I don't trust him." She then kisses me on the lips and tells me to get some sleep. I head into my room. My head is spinning from all that went on tonight. I'm still buzzing from making up with the lads, but I feel like shit about what happened to Mandy. There's no way Decky would try that, even if he wasn't gay. Or would he? I don't know what to think anymore. Fuck it, I have to stop worrying. I have the X Factor again on Friday and I'm going with a fucking cracker chick. What more could I want? Just as I get into bed, my phone beeps. It's a message from Stevie. "Hey man, it was great seeing you tonight. Maybe we could all meet up tomorrow. Look, I don't know if you've seen them or anything, but Decky has his wallet and his iPhone nicked. Just check it hasn't fallen out of the car or outside or something." Jesus fucking Christ. I know what they're thinking, but there's no way. There's no way she would do that.